Hi Jacob, welcome to Soap Scoop, the Inside Soap podcast. It's so nice to have you on with us today.
It's lovely to be here.
So we're talking kind of just after the carnage of Corriedale. What's the reaction been like?
I think it's got quite good reviews, actually. I wasn't surprised, though, because when we was filming it, we knew that we was onto something special. It was carnage. Looking at the scripts was carnage. Looking at all the crashes and stuff, and you're thinking, how is this going to work? But it really did work in the end, I thought. And you had to do something like that to bring everyone together and for storylines to go off on another journey. So, yeah.
Obviously, it was quite a while ago since you filmed it, but what was the experience like getting involved?
Yeah, I mean, it was tiring. I remember we started at 11 and finished about 4 in the morning. And then in between, you seem to have to do certain scenes in the day as well, because we were shooting it so out of sync. But yeah, I think that the hard work paid off, because I think it's got good recognition as well. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you were so lucky as Kit because you got really stuck in with the drama kind of on both sides, really. You were with your kind of usual Corrie lot, but you also got involved with the Emmerdale cast as well.
Yeah, I was very lucky, to be honest. And I remember having a meeting with Kate, and she just said that you're going to be crossing over with Kane and Ryan and John. So I felt incredibly lucky to be part of that, because I did enjoy the scenes with them as well.
Yeah, you got those great scenes in the woods where unfortunately Kit got knocked out by John, but it was kind of Emmerdale big guns, really. So that was a really fascinating time for the audience.
I think everyone wanted to do a scene with Kane as well. I remember people in work as well was mentioning that Kane would be the one that they want to work with, and I got the opportunity to share a scene with him. So I was very happy with that. I don't think we sort of had much dialogue together, but I don't think there was much dialogue in the crossover episode, to be honest. But yeah, I felt privileged to be a part of that.
You did get called Lanky Mank by Kane, though.
Well, if someone's going to do it, I'll let Kane have it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be kind of insulted by someone, it's got to be Kane.
Exactly.
Was there anyone, any other kind of Emmerdale characters you wished you could have interacted with a bit more?
I wish, if they had Anthony Quinlan still there, I wish I did something with him, just because he's my friend. So it would have been nice to share a scene with him.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be in the thick of it with Carla, kind of rescuing Carla. Really exciting stuff. And obviously get to be involved with bringing down Becky, which has been one of the biggest storylines in Corrie lately. What was that like to be so heavily involved with that storyline?
Yeah, it's a weird one, because me and Ali King sort of got put together out of nowhere. I don't think I did much scenes with Ali before that. We just developed this bond, and we both wanted the same thing, whether she wanted Lisa and I just wanted to win the case and all that sort of stuff. But we was both working together to try and get our own goal in a way. So.
Yeah, you forged kind of quite a nice friendship now, it feels like.
Yeah, I think there's some respect there. Maybe there wasn't any respect before that, but I think we sort of respect each other. And I probably respect Lisa a bit more. She respects me a bit more. So, yeah, it's sort of as a bit friends.
It does kind of feel like Carla and Sarah are coming for your job, though.
I know. They cracked the case, didn't they, both of them? He'll take the credit, though, I think.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Is there ever any points where you're kind of like frustrated? Obviously, there was a lot of times where kind of Kit was going down one lead and not getting anywhere and kind of tapping at his computer trying to, especially when it was the Rhubarb Hill stuff.
In a way, because I got the crossover episode quite early, I knew that there was an ending. So the build up towards that had to be done. So it had to sort of like, well, we can go down this way or we can go down that way to sort of build the tension with the audience. So yeah, in a way, I knew there was an end goal. So it didn't really faze me, but yeah, some of it was like, okay, we still have to get to that crossover yet. And I know there was a lot of think back now, because so many episodes have been since then. And trying to do the detective skills or trying to piece things together is quite kind of hard when I suppose you do know there's an end goal, but knowing that there's an end goal and knowing that this lead's going nowhere, you sort of have to motivate the audience to think it is going that way. So
yeah. And obviously we saw Kit try to take down John Sugden in Emmerdale. Would you like to see more crossovers, maybe with Kit kind of trying to join Hot and Police to give their police force a kick up the backside?
Yeah, I mean, it works, I suppose. I don't know if they've got any detectives there or if they've got any police they're regulars, so it would be nice to cross over a few times. The commute is hard work though every day.
This is true,
From
yeah.
Salford to Leeds is hard work. It's a good old trek. So maybe a one-off scene here and there. I won't mind.
Well, we saw Kit be, I guess, in like hero mode in Corriedale and the lead up to it. But previously, he's been more of like a dodgy, bit of a bent cop at times. Do you like that we get to see both sides of him in that way?
Yeah, because I do think even when he's being dodgy, he's doing it for the right reason. I believe that anyway. But it is nice to play the darker part. That's more exciting. And I don't know if he is the hero, because I think there's a few heroes in the actual episode, especially when they move all the car together and stuff like that. So I do prefer him to be dodgy rather than good, because it's just exciting to play that way.
Obviously, you mentioned Kit's relationship with Lisa has changed a bit because those two have butt heads quite a bit throughout the storylines. Do you feel like maybe Kit has won over some of the Swala fans now?
I don't know. I'd hope to think so. I think with him saving Carla was a good thing, and Kit wants Lisa and Carla to be together anyway, so I suppose that'll make the Swala fans happy.
Yeah, he does seem very supportive, particularly kind of the episodes we're seeing on screen now where it's after the crash and he's kind of, edging Lisa to just make things up with Carla. So he does seem fairly supportive. It's probably because he wants a quiet life at work as well.
Yeah, I think he's just work driven anyway. I think all he was thinking about is getting a promotion or just building the ladder, I suppose. So he takes his job very seriously, and I don't think he involves himself in the relationships too much, because he just wants to crack the case. I think it's maybe a bit ego driven as well, and he just wants to make sure that he's getting something out of it at the end of the day.
Yeah. And speaking of relationships, obviously we've seen him and Sarah get more serious lately. Do you think that those two could kind of go the distance, or do you see there could be cracks forming?
I don't think any relationship goes the distance in soap, does it? But I think they've got a good partnership. I do. There might be some cracks coming up, but obviously I can't tell you that. But I do believe that they're a good relationship and they're a good duo together.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of friction with Brody kind of being the awkward teenager in their relationship. But what about Sarah's exes on the street? Because there's a couple of them that are lurking around.
Yeah, and I don't actually know Sarah's history. Does she get back with her exes and this, that, and the other? I'm sure she does. But we've not really filmed anything with her exes. Again, that might come in the future. So
at the moment, Kit doesn't feel too threatened then?
I don't think he's threatened. Maybe in the future, if he sees anything, what he thinks is a bit wrong, he might bring it up.
But Kit himself is a bit of a ladies' man. We've seen him have several relationships on the street. Do you think that anyone else could catch his eye? Possibly.
I'm not sure. I leave it up to the writers. I mean, sometimes when you get an opportunity with different casts, you can sort of you might throw a certain look in there, and the writers, let's go down that avenue. But up to now, it's been quite career driven, so it's more about the policey stuff more than the relationships.
Do you tend to kind of go to the writers and find out what's happening, or are you happy to just get groups?
I leave them to it. I don't really go upstairs. I don't really ask for meetings or anything like that. I prefer just to see what I get in my script and see if there's a way I can. If I look at it and go, okay, how do I make this right for me? And yeah, I suppose that's part of the process of being an actor in soap.
Yeah, you've never had any kind of brainwave story ideas and gone to upstairs and said,
I've got ideas, but whether I don't think I want to step on their toes with it. I've always got ideas, but yeah, I think they know what's best for my character, so I leave them to it.
Now, going back to Corriedale for a second, you're used to doing a lot of police stuff on the street, but you got to be involved in kind of all the stunts and pyrotechnics during Corriedale. What was that like to film?
Oh, it was great. I actually remember sitting with Ali King, and it was like it was about, must have been about 2, maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. So we seen the minibus crash, but there was a hedge over it. There was a little gap in the hedge, so we got 2 seats and sat together. If we had a bit of popcorn, we could just watch the crash like that. So it was really good. It's shocking to see live as well when you hear the van fall crash over and stuff. yeah, it was exciting to be on. It was like a film set.
Yeah, absolutely. So has it kind of made you hungry for more stunts than that in the future?
Well, I love the stunts. I love the stunts. That's the best thing about being an actor, I think, that you get involved in all the action. Like you
Mm.
don't have anyone doing it for you. I've been lucky enough to do a few things there. So yeah, keep it coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, outside of Kit's job, obviously you've got a fairly big extended family now because obviously you've got Bernie and Gemma, but you've also got the Hourhands as well. What's it like having Dev as your stepfather?
I love Dev. I love Jimmy. Jimmy's actually a bigger character than Dev, I believe. Yeah, Jimmy's a funny man. I do like working. I love working with the family, though. I do. I
Mm.
love working with Jane. I love working with Jimmy. I love working with Ryan, who plays Brody. I love the family stuff, and I don't really think I've had much of that. Because I do think that we should develop that family a bit more. There's so many. I don't know. There's so many things you can go down. I don't actually think with Brody that I've done much in terms of fatherhood or whether they wanted me to do that. So I'm not too sure. But it's just funny the dynamics between me and Jane, and then between me and Brody. You know, yeah, obviously
Yeah.
adopted, and then you've got Ryan, whom I didn't even know I had. So it's nice. It'd be nice to sort of go down that route.
Yeah, I think that relationship between Kit and Bernie is so interesting because there was so much resentment there at the start, wasn't there? And we kind of see
Yeah.
them soften towards each other, but they're still not quite there as kind of mother and son. But I hope that he gets that point.
I feel it would be hard for him to call Jane or call Bernie his mother yet. I mean, that he had mentioned it once, but I don't think he'd use it too much to call Jane mum. In terms of like the family dynamics as well, you can go with obviously you got the Allahans, and then you've got the Platts as well. So it is like one big extended family. So there could be a lot of carnage in there as well, especially at family dues.
Yeah, you've been very lucky to sit in on quite a few Platt dinners now, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah. It's funny working with that family. It really is.
Yeah, I think Kit's been kind of the butt of a lot of jokes, and obviously David taking bets on how long Kit and Sarah will last and things like that. Been great stuff.
But that's against his own sister, so it's not even anything against me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny working with Jack. Jack's pleasure to work with. Yeah, so I enjoy that sort of relationship between Kit and David.